Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, sir, you're audible.
Okay, shall we start the class?
Yeah, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. The slide is visible. My screen is visible, my dear friends.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay. Uh, very good evening, my dear friends, and welcome to today's session. Today we are going to discuss about the next topic of blue-green algae or cyanobacteria, that is Anabina and oscillatoria. Yesterday, our previous class, we have already discussed about nostoc, the structure of the nostoc, cell structure, and which type of reproduction and importance of nostoc we have already discussed. So today we are going to discuss about today's topic, that is Anabina and oscillatoria. Okay, now we will move for next slide. Okay, now Anabina slide is visible.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so today we are going to discuss about Anabina, the classification of Anabina. That is the classification is visible.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay,
Sir.
so
Yes, sir.
according to Fritz classification, Amma, according to Fritz
Yes, sir.
classification, the division that is the Cyanophyta, the class is Cyanophyceae. So Cyanophyceae we can also call as Myxophyceae, we can also call as blue-green algae or Cyanobacteria. So the order of this Anabina is Nostracales, the family Nostracaceae, and genus is Anabina. Okay, genus is Anabina. Then Anabina is free floating. Anabina is free floating, aquatic freshwater filamentous BGA, that is living in ponds, pools, and some in terrestrial habitat also. Some species found endophytic algae. They are endophytic with coralline roots of Cycas coralline roots. So that Cycas coralline roots or Cycas we can call as Anabina cycadacearum. And some of the Anabina, they are the lived in Anthocyrus thallus, even though the fern plant Azolla lives, where it leads to symbiotic life. So they are lived endophytically in coralline roots and Anthocyrus thallus. Anthocyrus belongs to Bryophyta member. Azolla belongs to Pteridophyta members, and Cycas belongs to Gymnosperms. So these blue-green algae or Anabina, they are symbiotic life with, or they are associated with Bryophyta members like Anthocyrus. They are associated with Pteridophyta members or fern plants like Azolla leaves. Azolla, it is an aquatic or hydrophytic pteridophyte aquatic fern, and the coralline roots of Cycas. The Cycas belongs to Gymnosperms. So these are the symbiotic association with the different levels of the different plants like Anthocyrus, Azolla, and Cycas coralline roots. Now, the habitats. So, including about the 14 species we are observed in the entire the living world, that is the Anabina genus. It is a filamentous cyanobacteria blue-green algae, also Myxophyceae member. So, it found as a plankton. Have you ever heard term plankton, my dear friends? Have you ever heard term plankton? Plankton is nothing but a free-floating organism which belongs
Yes, sir.
to plants, which
Yes,
are
sir.
belongs to plants, free floating. They may not possess
In the
any
oceans.
they are not motile forms. They are free floating on the surface of the water. They are maybe for ponds or lakes, even though the stagnant water. and it is found in all type of the water bodies, like fresh water, even in the marine organism also we are observed this Anabina species, and it is known for its nitrogen fixing abilities. So majority of the all the blue-green alga, they are ability to fix the atmospheric nitrogen into the thallus or the soil. They are the usable forms like ammonia, nitrates, and nitrites, like that. They form symbiotic relationship with certain plants such as the mosquito fern, So that is the azolla. Azolla. Anabina, they are like lived like in endophytic forms. Endophytic forms. So they are lived in coralline roots of the cycas. So that we can also call the Cycades, Anabina cycadacearum. So this species which they are lived in cycas roots, the roots we can call as coralline roots. Okay. I hope this slide is visible. The 14 species, Anabina species.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now we will move for next slide. So the occurrence, majority of these blue-green alga, they are filamentous forms, even though our Anabina is also a filamentous blue-green alga, filamentous BGR blue-green algae. So they are like a planktonic, okay, even though making quote an aquatic organisms, and few species are the endophytic, means cavities between the leaves of the azolla, even though cycas roots, coralloid roots, azolla, fern leaves also. Then the widespread of a body in fresh and salt water, even though they are lived in fresh water like pond, lakes, even though salt water like seas and oceans. So it also produces water blooms. Okay, manjarlu and wilson telugulo. So water blooms are made by this Anabina species. Okay, so they have heterocysts and echinids for their bodies. So in this slide we are observed, these are the what we can say the mosquito fern or azolla plant. So these are azolla. This is the fern plants, aquatic plants. And in this, the cavities of the leaves, they are associated with Anabina trichomes or Anabina filaments, So these are the Anabina filaments, So these Anabina filaments, which they are associated with these leaves, and this association we can call a symbiotic association. See here, this is the one leaf of the Anabina azolla. Anabina azolla. So this is the leaf of azolla. In this leaf cavity, the leaf cavity of the azolla. So this is the cavity, and this is the gas vacuole inside the azolla leaf. So the leaf cavities, which they are possess the Anabina azolla, Anabina species, which they are associated with, or they are lived inside the leaf cavity. Okay, so this association we can also call symbiotic association. So in this leaf cavity, we are observed a hair-like cells, number of hair cells we are observed inside the cavity, and these cavities Anabina species inside the cavity of the azolla leaf. Okay, this is nothing but symbiotic association. And what is the vegetative structure of this Anabina? So this is very similar to the nostoc and consists of the beaded-like cells, So bees a bead, పూసల వంటి నిర్మాణాలు అంటాం. మనం వేసుకునేటువంటి చైన్ లో పూసల వంటి నిర్మాణాలు ఉంటాయి కదండి. So these beaded-like cells we are arranged in the filaments. So which small filamentous phototropic cyanobacteria. So this Anabina is a phototropic cyanobacteria. The cells are usually spherical. So the shape of these cells are spherical in shape. And sometimes, even though not only the spherical shape, but also the cylindrical shape also we are observed in the filamentous of Anabina species. Okay, and the filaments also called the trichomes. Okay, trichome. And sometimes it becomes difficult to differentiate between the trichome of nostoc and the trichome of Anabina. Why? Because the cells are arranged in a beaded like manner, and they are the form of the filamentous forms and the trichomes. They are usually similar in structure. Okay, then the filaments of nostoc are covered by mucilage and form a colony. It is absent in Anabina. This is the variation between the nostoc and Anabina species. So generally they are looks like a similar, but the colonies are different. Nostoc is ability to produce the entire colonies, but absent we are observed in Anabina species. Okay, then the several intercalary heterocysts are present in the trichome. In nostoc, we are observed intercalary or the apical or even though the basal heterocyst we are observed in the trichome or filament. Even though the Anabina species also we are observed intercalary heterocyst. What we can say that? Intercalary heterocyst. See here, this is the heterocyst, my dear friends. The compared to the vegetative cells or other cells, the heterocyst is larger size. Okay, so this heterocyst ability to the fixation of the nitrogen from the atmosphere. So this is the variation between the vegetative cells and heterocyst cell. And this heterocyst shape is not only the sizes varies from the vegetative. Filament occur slightly and within a sheath. The sheaths are always hyaline and watery gelatinous. Remember, my dear friends, these the trichome or the filamentous outer surface is the cell wall is made up of pectin. The pectic substance of pectin is going to soluble with water or dissolve in water. Then automatically the slime or gelatinous, watery gelatinous nature we are observed in the surface of the entire filament. Okay, so that is just because of pectic substance. That is pectic substance. And the reproduction, which type of reproduction we are observed in this blue-green algae members or cyanobacteria members. Remember, my dear friends, generally the sexual reproduction is absent in the blue-green algae members or cyanobacteria members. We are only observed vegetative reproduction and asexual reproduction only. Am I clear, my dear friends? Are you follow?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sexual reproduction is absent in blue-green algae or cyanobacteria members does not shows the sexual reproduction, whereas they are only shows vegetative reproduction and asexual reproduction only. In vegetative reproduction, we are observed the filaments going to form the new entire thallus of the blue-green alga Anabina, that is through fragmentation. Okay, so fragmentation may be the natural class or the fragmentation by the aquatic fauna or the animals of the different species. So the trichome becomes very large and irregular due to the which gets to break up into short pigments or small pieces or short fragments. So each fragment is ability to produce the entire thallus of the filament or thallus of the Anabina or blue-green algae member. Then the second one of the vegetative reproduction, that is harmogonia. Harmogones or harmogonia. So these harmogones or harmogonia is also a short fake fragments of trichomes. When these harmogones are developed, these harmogones are developed when the region of heterocyst. Remember, my dear friends, harmogones are developed in the region of heterocyst region. Very, very important. Which region present or shows about the harmogonia? Just remember, my dear friends, heterocyst, the region of heterocyst, harmogonia will develop. And then they come out of the trichome due to some movement. They divide vegetative heterocyst and again gets surrounded by mucilage sheath. In this way, new trichomes are formed. Then asexual reproduction. Then we are going to discuss about asexual reproduction. So vegetative reproduction through fragmentation, vegetative reproduction through hormogonia, we are discussed. Now we are going to discuss about the asexual reproduction. So it takes place by means of the formation of heterocyst, or by the formation of the endospores, or by formation of the akinets. Okay, so heterocyst formation or endospores and akinets. Okay, heterocyst, endospores and akinets. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now, endospores. What are endospores? The spores are produced whether the outside of the body or outside of the thallus, or the spores may be produced inside the thallus. That is, we are classified into exospores and endospores. Now we are going to discuss about endospores. These endospores are produced inside the thallus, my dear friends. Am I clear? So these Anabina, maybe Anabina species or heterocyst cell undergo irregular cell division and form thin-walled spores, which are called endospores. The spores are produced inside the thallus. Then endospores come out by bursting of the thick wall of heterocyst, and the germination occurs. New trichome is formed. Whenever the environment or the external environment is feasible or favorable for the growing of this blue-green alga members, then automatically the endosperm going to germinate to produce new thallus of the Anabina. So this is about endospores. So endospores, they are produced inside the thallus, and which they are come out through the burst of the cell wall and a burst of the cell, and whenever it comes out, then external conditions are favorable, then automatically the endospore going to germinate to produce new thallus of the Anabina. Am I clear? Then we will going to discuss about akinets. I hope you remember akinets. Am I clear? Akinete. We have already discussed in previous class, Nostoc.
Yes, sir.
So akinets are also we can call as very, very important. That also we can call as orthospores. Akinets also we can call as orthospores. Whenever unfavorable condition has occurred, the cells are going to store the food material. The food material is going to combine, or the what we can say that. To enlarge the size of the cell, the cell wall is going to thick. The cell wall is going to thick, and the size is also increased. The cell, whenever the size is increased due to the storage of the food material, that food material is further utilization of whenever favorable condition has occurred. So this unfavorable condition time, this food is going to utilize the cells in lesser manner. Whenever the thick cell wall is around the undergoing to a resting period, which means favorable conditions has lost, or unfavorable condition. Due to the unfavorable conditions, Anabina, not only in Anabina, the blue-green alga members going to produce these akinets. This akinete also we can call as orthospores. These are in to form these akinetes going to resting period, that is in unfavorable conditions. When it returns, favorable conditions has occurred, then each akinete is going to germinate to give the new trichome, the entire thallus of the Anabina species or Anabina cycle, whatever it may be, Anabina species, whatever it may be. Okay, am I clear? Akinete also we can call as orthospores. This akinetes is whenever favorable condition has lost or unfavorable conditions are there, then automatically cell is going to store enough food material, and the cell wall is going to thickening, and this cell is going to resting phase. Whenever favorable condition has occurred, this akinete is going to germinate to produce new thallus of the Anabina. Am I clear? Now, so these Anabina is also we are observed in this slide. What you observed, Emma, my dear friends? This slide, what you observed? Which field? This is paddy field. Am I clear? This is paddy field.
Paddy field.
Paddy field. Paddy. So this paddy field is contain enough water, you know. So this water environment, this environment is very suitable for growing of the aquatic fern. Also nothing but mosquito fern. Also we can call as azolla. So these azolla species, they are grown the crop of this paddy. So this paddy field, this azolla is suitable for cultivating. So whenever this azolla is cultivating inside this crop plant or the paddy field, then automatically Anabina is also growing the cavities of the Anabina leaves. This Anabina is able to capable for the fixation of the nitrogen from atmosphere. So the molecular nitrogen, atmospheric nitrogen, 78% of the atmospheric nitrogen is free nitrogen. This free nitrogen or molecular nitrogen is not able to usable form by all the higher plants. But the prokaryotic organism like blue-green alga or some of the bacterial members, they are capable for fixation of the molecular nitrogen or free nitrogen from atmosphere to different associations like azolla, fern plant, even though bryophyta, Anthocyrus thales, even though some of the other association like Anabina cycadacearum, like that. So these are going to fixation of the usable forms like nitrites, usable forms of the nitrate ions, nitrates, and ammonia, you know. So these nitric acid, ammonia, you know. So these are the usable forms of the ammonia or ammonium ion. So these are the usable forms of the nitrogen, you know. So these usable forms are fixed by this our Anabina azolla. Azolla means azolla is leaf cavity is suitable for the growing of this Anabina species. This Anabina is having the heterocyst. So this heterocyst is going to fixation of the nitrogen from the atmosphere. Then how this Anabina or nostoc fixation of the nitrogen from the atmosphere? Just because of the special type of cells or the cells of the heterocyst which they are possessed of the trichome or the filament, this heterocyst is having the mechanism for the fixation of the nitrogen from the atmosphere. So this heterocyst is having the polar nodules. So these polar nodules which we are observed this heterocyst. So this is the size of the heterocyst. The size of the cell is varies from the other vegetative cells of the thallus or trichome. This cell is having the mechanism for the fixation of the atmospheric nitrogen. Okay, then now we are going to discuss about the next topic of this blue-green alga or cyanobacteria, that is oscillatoria. So the reproduction of Anabina is asexual reproduction and vegetative reproduction. Sexual reproduction in Anabina, only vegetative reproduction through fragmentation and hormogonia, and asexual reproduction through heterocyst, endospores, and echinids. Okay, we have already discussed it, you know. Then the next type study, that is oscillatoria. The classification of this oscillatoria is the domain, that is the bacteria, phylum cyanobacteria. Now we can also call the class cyanobacteria, or we can also call as cyanophyceae. Then order oscillatoriales, class oscillatoriaceae, and genus Oscillatoria. And some of the species, that is Sancta. Sancta is one of the species of this Oscillatoria. This Oscillatoria slide is visible, my dear friends? Anybody?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then, very beautiful slide, you know. This slide is visible, beautiful
Yes,
blue-green colored. Blue filamentous structure you are observed in this slide, So this is nothing but none of the other than what we can say that? Which species? Which genus? Anybody? What is this? No, nobody can respond. Oscillatoria. Okay. Oscillatoria. Now, so here we are observed in this slide different organisms belongs to blue-green algae or cyanobacteria. Okay. See here, this is Anabina, So previously we have discussed, This is Oscillatoria. Now we will going to discuss. So Glioculapsa. Glioculapsa is one of the beautiful type study, but we are not going to discuss in our graduation level, but you will going to discuss our study in your PG level. So Nostoc we have already discussed it. Anabina just now we have already discussed. Oscillatoria we will going to discuss now. Okay. Now, so this beautiful slide you are observed. It is visible.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
So
sir.
this is nothing but Oscillatoria species, So Oscillatoria, the Oscillatoria Oscillatoria is one of the species, that is Oscillatoria princeps. Also, this is commonly found in the nature, that is the moisture in aqua and lakes and stagnant water. Okay, so it can perform anoxygenic photosynthesis. They are the only prokaryotes to generate oxygen like plants with photosynthesis, Okay, then the shape of the filaments. So see here, the filament, the shape is filamentous form. Oscillatoria organism shape is the filamentous form, and it is covered by multi-layered mucilage. So this mucilaginous sheath is longer than the filament. See here. Anybody? Have you any doubt, my dear friends? Please ask me. So this is filament, my dear friends. And the mucilaginous sheath is longer than the filament, So this is the mucilaginous sheath. So not a single mucilaginous sheath, multi-layered mucilaginous sheath. We are observed this outer surface of the thallus, outer surface of the trichome, outer surface of the filaments. So that's why the multi-layer mucilage is just because is capable to survive extreme conditions like hot water or hot springs, more than 80 degrees Celsius environment. Okay. Now, so this is a shape of a structure of the Oscillatoria trichome, See here. So this is the trichome of the Oscillatoria. So, my dear friends, have you observed any variation between Nostoc, Anabina, Oscillatoria? So, this Oscillatoria cells varies from the Nostoc and Anabina. The shape of the cells of Nostoc and Anabina, we can also discuss it in previous class. That is the globular structure or spherical structure. But whereas this trichome, we are observed the shape of the cells is varies from the Nostoc and Anabina. Nostoc and Anabina. And we are clearly observed the trichome, the apical cell of the trichome we are observed, the special type of cell we are observed, that is we can call as calyptra. What we can say that? Calyptra. See here, so this is the trichome or thallus of the or filament of the Oscillatoria, and this is the one cell among the vegetative cells of the trichome or among the oscillatoria filaments. See here, these are the granules. They are the granules, and the larger vacuole also we are observed. So the center part we can call as centroplasm, whereas the peripheral part we are observed the colored environment or colored environment or colored cytoplasm that we can call as a chromatoplasm or chromoplasm. Chromo means color. Chromo means color.
Color.
Color. Chromo means color. Chromoplasm. So chromoplasm is situated the peripheral of the cell wall. On the center part, we can call as a centroplasm, which does not possess any pigments, but the different pigments along with the chlorophyll pigments which they are possessed the very nearer to the cell membrane and cell wall. Okay, and cell wall is we can also observe in this slide. So cell wall is made up of not cellulose. Cellulose is absent in this blue-green algae member, but the blue-green algae member cell wall is made up of mucopeptide or mucopolypeptide or murin. Okay, murin or mucopolypeptide. It is nothing but peptidoglycan. So it is very nearer to the or very similar to the cell wall of the bacteria cell wall. So bacterial cell wall is also made up of murin or mucopolypeptide. Okay, so like that, the blue-green algae member like Anabina, Nostoc, Oscillatoria cell wall is also made of mucopeptide and murin. Okay, so this is a very, very important. See here, at the same time, we are observed in this oscillatoria, the movements. My dear friends, remember in previous class also, Nostoc and Anabina is also not possess any movements. They are not having any motility or motile organs like flagella, cilia, pseudopodia-like organs. They are absent, exactly absent. They are absent in blue-green algae members. But the oscillatoria and some of the blue-green algae members, they shows a special type of movements we are called as gliding movements. That is also we can call as slippery movements or gliding movements or pendular movements. Okay, then see here how they are moved. See here, so this is actual oscillatoria. This slide is visible, my dear friends. This is actual
Yes, sir.
like a pendulum. See, one time it is moves here and next words it is moves like here. So actually oscillatoria thallus or oscillatoria filament is here, actual filament, but they are moves like pendulum, like gliding movements, you know. So this movement we can call as gliding movement or slippery movements, you know. Gliding movements are slippery movements. Okay. Then, so the gliding movements are active movement of an organism in contact with a solid substance. So how this movement, how this mechanism is involved in this movement or gliding movement? Just nothing but, my dear friends, the mucilaginous layer of microfibrils, they are generate waves. So this is involved, or this indicate, or this induce the movement. That movement we can call as gliding movements. And sometimes they are swim inside the water. So the active movement of an organism which contact with a substrate. So this still now the mechanism of the swimming is not known. Only gliding movement which we are clearly known about the mechanism, how the movement has occurred. The movement, just because of this movement occur, the mucilaginous layer of microfibrils can generate the waves. These waves are appearance like a gliding movements. Okay, or slippery movements. At the same time, why this movement we are observed. Just because of, my dear friends, they are, whether they are positively photoactive or whether they are positively chemoactive, whether they are actively, whether they are near to the nutrients or minerals or chemical organic substances, that movement positively chemotactic movement. At the same time, that the movement which moves towards to the light, that we can call as the positively phototactic movements. Positively phototactic movements. So this is the structure of the what we can say, that Oscillatoria member or Oscillatoria species. They are filamentous forms. They are usually joined only by their walls or mucilaginous sheath. That's why we can call as the trichomes, and each independent life whenever necessary. In the microscope, whenever we are going to collect the water sample of our nearest stagnant water or nearest pond or water body, within the microscope, we are observed with microscope. So this type of image, my dear friends, I hope this microscopic image, you are clearly visible. I hope.
Yes, sir, it is visible.
Yeah, so this is microscopic vision, my dear friends. This is the image is taken in the microscope. Okay, then one of the phenomena we are observed, especially in this Oscillatoria species, the phenomenon we can call as Guaiduco phenomenon. In this Guaiduco phenomenon, why this Guaiduco phenomenon shows of our blue-green algae members like Oscillatoria sancta or Oscillatoria. So this Oscillatoria is ability to change the color of the thallus or ability to change the color of the trichome. So whenever the wavelength, the changes wavelengths, the visible spectrum of the visible spectrum of the light, we know that from which wavelength, my dear friends? From 400 nanometer to 700 nanometer. I hope you studied in your previous class. So 400, 700 nanometer is the visual spectrum that we can call as visual spectrum or visual light. Okay, so visual light range is 400 to 700 nanometer. Among these different nanometers, the wavelength of light shows different colors. That colors, the rainbow color, the beautiful colors of the rainbow colors, 7 colors of the beautiful life, 7 colors. How many colors? 7. VIBGR, 7. VIBGR, violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, red. So these are the 7 colors, So these 7 colors, so we are observed between the range from 400 to 700 nanometer of the visual spectrum. So in this visual spectrum, the wavelength of the light is also capable of our Oscillatoria sancta change the color of the thallus. So this phenomena first identified by which scientist? Which scientist? Guaiduco. So the phenomena we can call as Guaiduco phenomenon. See here in this image, the red lights, whenever the red light has occurred, our Oscillatoria species can show which color? Which color? Are you visible? This screen is visible. Nobody can respond.
Sir.
If red light is occurred, the external environment, red light is there. Oscillatoria sancta can change the color of the thallus. Which color?
Green color.
Green color.
If the external environment in green lights, the green light is there now, then automatically the color of the thallus, the color of the filament of Oscillatoria looks like which color?
Red color.
Green color.
Red color, my dear friends.
Red
Red color.
The external environment is green color, then automatically the oscillatoria sancta can ability to change the color of the thallus, that is red color, from blue green to red color. Beside this slide, this image, the external environment which we are gives red light, the blue green color is going to turn into green color. Am I clear? Or blue green color. So external environment is red color. Then automatically with our naked eye we are absorbed which color? Green color. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
So this phenomenon we can call as Guideco phenomenon. Guideco phenomenon. Okay. Then see here how the beautiful oscillatoria sancta we are absorbed. Along with the Harmogonia structure also we are absorbed between the cells of the vegetative cells of the oscillatoria species. Okay. Then reproduction. So the reproduction which we are absorbed in the oscillatoria sancta, you know. So by the formation of the Harmogonia, or with the formation of the, what we can say that by the fragmentation. Fragmentation means the small sized fragments, the breakdown. The entire matured filament is going to break down into small pieces. So each pieces can ability to germinate to produce the entire oscillatoria species. Okay. So the reproduction through fragmentation or reproduction through hormones. This is the vegetative reproduction. And one of the most important topic in this oscillatoria sancta, even though the blue-green alga point, that is, have you ever heard term eutrophication? Have you ever heard
Yes,
term eutrophication? Eutrophication term. Anybody?
Natural.
Anybody can give the definition according to our topic, or eutrophication. Have you ever seen this type of stagnant water in nearest water body or water pond?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes,
generally we are observing.
Water is enriched with minerals
Exactly, my dear friends.
and
Exactly.
nutrients.
Yes, good. Which type of minerals? Minerals, you know. So minerals means there are macronutrients and micronutrients. Though more than 17 minerals are there. So which type of minerals are enriched in this water? Though this water is the color turned into bluish green color. How? Which type of minerals are enriched with this water? Anybody can tell? Anybody can tell? Nitrogen, phosphorus, and sulfur. Nitrogen, phosphorus, sulfur. Especially phosphorus and sulfur. So these are the nutrients or minerals which they are excess of the mineral nutrients is reached this stagnant water or pond water or stagnant water. Then automatically these blue-green alga is rapidly grown in this water only. Am I clear? So this oscillatoria sancta or some of the other blue-green alga member is also the indicators, pollution indicators, you know. What we can say that? Pollution indicators. How we can say that pollution indicators? Just because the stagnant water, that the actually water color is water. Is there any color to water?
No, sir.
Water is colorless, tasteless, my dear friends. Actually, the pure water does not have the color, even though taste. But here, whenever the mineral resource of the minerals, they are added to the water, stagnant water, the water turned into green, then only turn into blue-green. So the blue-green color is the indication that is the polluted water. So that's why the blue-green alga members we can call as the pollution indicators. especially the blue-green alga, which they are rapidly grown on the surface of the water, the stagnant water, whenever the resource minerals are excess minerals are present in that water body. So that is we can call as one type of the water pollution. Eutrophication is one type of the water pollution. Okay, so in this resource of minerals or nutrients is reached the pond, the size of the pond, the height of the pond is going to reduce it or increase it. Reduce it or increase it. Reduce it. Reduce it. Very good, my dear friends. So the pond size is compared to this image. So this image, which one is very suitable for growing of the aquatic fauna and flora? This one. And this is filled with sediment. What we can say that mud and other decomposed material or dead and decomposed flora and fauna material, they are sediment to the base part of the pond or river or the water body. Then automatically the pond is going to, the color of the pond is going to turn it into which color?
Green color.
Blue-green color. Blue-green. So this blue-green, which indicates pollution, water pollution. So this water is ability to utilize, is usable type of water? No. It is not consumed. It is not consumed. Why? Because it is a polluted water. It is not able to utilize, not able to consume, not able to drink, because the rich source of the minerals, the rich source of the minerals is reach these stagnant water body. Then automatically the water color is going to turn it into blue-green color. Some of the friends is asking me, sir, what is the problem? Blue-green turn into blue-green. Then what is the problem? No problem. If no problem, why we are going to discuss here? It is very, very dangerous to the aquatic fauna and flora. Okay, see here, which type of consequences we are observed during this eutrophication process. Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
You are observed in the slides. What you are observed in this slide.
The aquatic animals are dying because of this algae.
So here I'm unable to show the entire aquatic fauna, but this is the best example for how this eutrophication leads to dangerous to the other aquatic flora and fauna also. Why? Because this blue-green algae is rapidly grown and consume the even though they consume of the oxygen, and also the percentage of the oxygen is lesser compared to normal water body or normal pond or lake. So that's why the less amount of the oxygen availability of this water is not suitable for the growing of the or not survive of the other aquatic fauna. So the level of the BOD, biological oxygen demand, is increased. Whenever the pollution is increased, then automatically biological oxygen demand is also increased. So this BOD is increased, then automatically the aquatic flora and fauna is going to danger. Okay, so this is today's topic, my dear friends. If you have any doubt, please ask me.
No, sir, we are cleared.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
I hope you clearly understood about eutrophication.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I hope you clearly understood about the Oscillatoria. Oscillatoria. Okay. So today what we have discussed, Amma? Anybody can tell? Anabina? Anabina?
Anabina Nasdaq Acetaloria.
Oscillatoria. Nostoc we have already discussed, Amma. So today we are Anabina, discussed Anabina, oscillatoria, and eutrophication. Okay, eutrophication.
Yes, sir.
Have you heard about the term Guideco phenomena? Guideco phenomenon.
No, sir.
Guideco phenomenon. Guideco phenomenon. No, see here. Guideco phenomenon. Change the color of the blue-green
Variation in color.
due to different wavelengths, they can ability to change the color of the colors. When the wavelength, the red color wavelength, you know, the red color is occurred, then
Yes, sir.
the color is going to turn into green.
Green color.
The color is turned into reddish color, you know.
Reddish color.
Phenomena first identified. That phenomena first identified by Guideco scientists in Oscillatoria sancta. Oscillatoria sancta species, not any other Oscillatoria, my dear friends. Oscillatoria sancta species is first identified the phenomenon. How they change the color of the thallus during different wavelengths of the light. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Amma, any doubt?
No, sir. No doubts.
Right, my dear friends. So tomorrow we will discuss about
Is the class finished, sir?
biofertilizers. Tomorrow we will going to discuss about same time 8 o'clock. We will going to discuss biofertilizers. So today, if you don't have any doubt, I will stop the class.
Hi, Bol.
Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Right, Madam Ji, thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you, friends. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you,
Thank you,
sir.
sir.
Explanation.
Thank you, Amma. Good night.
Thank you, sir.
Good night, sir.
Okay. If you permit me, I will
Good
leave.
night, sir.
Good night.